Well, it says I'm live. Hot diggity dig. See if any of my regular peeps show up or not, or any newcomers. Just thought I'd get in here for a few minutes this morning. I'm doing some work on my PCs. I'm making a list of all the programs on this computer that's about 10 years old now, and I'm going to be putting in my new computer that I bought myself for my birthday. Be 65 this weekend. So we got nobody in here right now. So if nobody shows up, we'll be out of here in about 3 or 4 minutes. If we do get some audience, then we'll hang around for a little bit. Not too optimistic I'll catch too many fish this morning, but thought I'd give this vertical a go because YouTube's pushing the crap out of it. So I thought I'd come over here and do it. Knock out something early this morning. Get some content out there. I'm lacking on getting some things done. I need to go pick up a bunch of knives that I've got sitting at the P.O. box. I'm going to do that this morning. Hope I got nothing on my shirt. Should have changed shirts, but I didn't do it. But that's the plan, is to go to the P.O. box and pick up what boxes of knives have shown up. There should be, I'm thinking 5 or 6 that should have come in. So I'm looking forward to going and getting those. One's a very interesting and rather pricey one. I need to get a prescription refilled too. I need to do that while I'm out running the Wally World, as much as I don't want to. Hope all you guys are doing well, the ones that finally come by here after I terminate the live and you catch it later, especially the regulars. Trying to straighten stuff in here. I'm going to be tearing all this out starting Saturday and putting it all together again with my new system. So that should be fun. Trying to get it up and down off the floor is going to be a chore, but I've got 1,000 wires under this desk that need to be dealt with, and most of them no longer are needed because these new PCs don't need a lot to operate. Basically a power cord and a USB that goes to the monitor now, and whatever you're going to do via your keyboard and mouse, and that's about it. So there's not much to it. But like I said, I've got a shitload of cords under here I need to get rid of. We've got one person in here. Hello, whoever you might be. My name's Jim, and we look at knives and pew-pews and other things, projects. It's got some things going on here in the near future that are going to be fun. I was just saying I've got to go to the P.O. box. I've probably got 5 or 6 knives waiting to be picked up. Some of them are pretty pricey and some of them are not. But trying to get some content for the channel, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Of course, I don't know that I'll ever mark the mark on the 3,000 hour view thing that has to be done in 1 year. That seems to be the challenge. I think I can achieve the other maybe by the end of the year, the way things are going. But we'll have to see, won't we? But we'll go from there and check it out. See what we can do about getting the channel moving a little bit further along. It's always a struggle. It seems like it gets moving pretty good, then it dives off a little bit and moves a little bit and then dives off again. So at any rate, I'm going to turn this around and show you guys what I'm trying to do. This is my current workspace and my ham radio equipment and everything. And I'm going to be tearing all this out and redoing it. So it should be pretty interesting once I get done. I got the new PC and monitor sitting over there. And it's supposed to be pretty damn fast. It'll suit me probably the rest of my life. It's going to be used for editing mostly, doing some other things. But I hope everybody that stops by is doing well and have a great weekend coming up. It's supposed to be beautiful down here where I live. I hope it is where you guys are. You should be getting some decent weather by this point. If you drop a line in the comments, tell me where you're from and who you might be, and please subscribe and like would be good. I would really appreciate it. My channel, we have a live stream every week at 4:45 on Sundays, and I'm looking at trying to get a little bit better time slot for that. I'm going to be fishing around here and seeing. I see a lot of things on the calendar, the knives calendar. Like, for an example, Lefty's got something on there for today at 10 o'clock. It says Coffee with Lefty or something like that. Does he still do that? Or is that just old stuff that's been on there? I'm going to ask around and see if I can. I don't want that slot in particular, but I'm just saying there seems to be a lot on the calendar that's not having any videos produced, is what I'm trying to say. But they're tying up spots in the calendar. But that's nor here nor there. That's not why I'm here. I just basically want to get in here and say hey to everybody and tell you I'm still alive and that there should be a live stream this weekend as far as I know. Saturday's birthday day. Don't have any plans. We're not going to do anything about celebrating it until the following weekend. That's when all the folks can get together. Not that there needs to be a lot of people to do that, but they want to do something and we're going to go out to eat or something like that. That's going to be a small fortune. About 10 or 15 of us. I bet that's $1,000 bill easy. But, you know, that's life today, isn't it? Damn things, everything's ridiculous. A bag of chips, $7 now. I remember you get a bag of chips for $1.50. And they were bigger than the bags that are $6 now. So I tell you, going to the grocery store is a pain in the ass now in terms of price and everything. It's ridiculous. There's just a shitload of stuff in the store that costs more than it should. Well, we haven't gotten too many people in here. I didn't suspect we would because it's early-ish on a Thursday morning. But there might be some people awake yet that might come in and say hi and give me a like at least, or even a negative. Anything's better than nothing, I guess. If any of the regulars come by, I appreciate it. I don't think I'll stay on here too much longer. I'm going to give it until 10-minute mark, and then unless we get 6 or 7 people in here, there's not much point tying up the airspace, is there? I got plenty to do today, errands to run, and I'm going to finally bust that computer out and try to see if it's going to run or not. I think I kind of screwed up because I waited to open it so long. I ordered it a month and a half ago and it came in, and to be honest with you, I haven't had the motivation to do anything with it. It's kind of hard to get motivated some days. But that's the way it works, isn't it? Well, any of you people that are in here right now don't want to say hello or say something in the chat, tell me where you're from at the very least and what country, if you're not in the United States. If you're in the States, where you're at in the country here. Are you guys all going to be just shy? Nobody's going to say anything. Going to stay on the down low, just incognito. Well, at least give me a like or a negative. Something. Show me that you're there at the very least. There's Todd. Good morning, Todd. I'm going fishing this morning, buddy. Trying to get people in here and try to get these verticals going. I'm trying to get it to my 3,000 hours. That's going to be the next hurdle. If I do make it to 1,000, then the damn 3,000 hours seems unachievable. I mean, I'm at over 1,000 and some change, but it's falls off daily because it's a 1-year aggregate. So I don't know that I'll ever get to the point that I can monetize. Probably can't with the guns anyway, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. But maybe I could do some other things We'll see. Did you ever get your package? I think you did. You told me that you did. That's right. I remember you telling me you did. Sitting in my car on a break, thought I'd pop in and say, hey, well, I appreciate it. We got 8 or 9 people in here. It's been fluctuating back and forth. These verticals do pretty good. I generally get about 100 views out of them. I still am not going to do like Casey and do one 2 or 3 times a day or 15 times a week. I'm going to do 1 or 2 a week at the most if I can remember to do it. I get busy and don't do it. I was showing everybody, I'm getting ready to tear my computer system out. I've got all this old stuff sitting here, ham radio equipment and all my other stuff, and I got 1,000 wires that are underneath this desk that need to come out because these new PCs don't need half of that. My work computer's under there, my big PC's under there. I've got a lot to do. The challenge is going to be I can do it all, but getting up and off the damn floor every 5 minutes is going to be a pain in the ass. So what are you doing? Are you at work? Is that the deal? And what kind of work do you do? I don't remember. Get some coffee. I'm also making a list of all the programs I need to transfer over to the new PC and the licensing agreements and all that other things. The reason you get so many views is because people are flipping through shorts and the lives is on there. Ah, I didn't know that. You know, I've never seen a live on my shorts, ever. Is there a switch you need to turn on to do that, or how does that work exactly? Or just the stuff I'm looking at, there isn't any lives. Now, I do run into lives all the time on TikTok, all the time, but I've yet to run into one on YouTube. But that makes sense what you're saying. And then you got Cole comes on today at 11, I think, or 12. I'll run him in the background. I got other things to do, but other than that, hope you have a good weekend. Hope to see you Sunday. I'm trying to get a better time slot. I don't know that I can get one. I've been looking at the calendar and trying to figure out if anybody's using a space that may not be used anymore. There's a lot on there that are marked off, but the people aren't using them. I see them all the time. If I'm going through shorts that aren't in my sub list, just random stuff. Yeah, I do that all the time, and I've yet to still see even a live one. I see a lot of damn commercials, I can tell you that. People trying to sell me shit. It's gotten to be where that's the main thing, and same thing with TikTok. I think that's, and I saw a thing on the news the other night that was pretty interesting that these semi-famous stars or, middle of the road stars that, you see their face, you recognize them, whatever, have always done real well in the space of advertising. And they've always done a real good job of, what's it called? Influencers. But the companies have now changed gears. Instead of paying, let's say that person's a $100,000 guy to come to get you to do a commercial or do something, you can throw it to these other people that you're giving a percentage of the product to, and hey, Robo, and they actually are more productive for the company in terms of that. They can hire 25 or 30 of those people, or even 100 at the price that a movie star costs, and that way they get more exposure. It's crazy. There's more to go on with that than not. It's amazing to me. But that's where the market's at. I mean, and I'm guilty of even clicking on the stuff. Now I've yet to really buy much of anything in terms of coming off a commercial on TikTok or YouTube, but and Instagram too. That's another one. I don't see any lives on there to speak of, and I see commercials running all the time. So I don't know. I'd like to see more live stuff just to see what people are doing. Needs has been doing a lot more shorts, and I think he's backed up on some of his long form videos, not doing so much. I crack myself up with nicknames sometimes. uh, well, it's funny. Uh, I see what you're saying, Ty. I'm going to start looking for those because that's got my curiosity arose. So that may be the reason the vertical lives are doing better than some of the other stuff I'm doing. Although my verticals are not my verticals, but my shorts have been doing very well. I look at in comparison with the other knife guys, and my numbers are pretty damn good compared to some of theirs, and they got a lot more traction. They track everything you do online is commercials are definitely, yeah, towards your taste. Exactly. I get all those commercials about diabetes and leg wraps and all that kind of shit. I get some technical stuff, but it's funny. I don't know if you guys have noticed this or not, but you could be with your buddies or with your wife or kids or whatever, and you're not even on the computer. You're in a restaurant, let's say, and you mention shaving cream or you mention something that's way out of the blue, a massage, anything that you probably don't talk about on a regular basis, and it starts showing up on your stuff online. I think they're listening all the time because I forget what it was the other day I was looking at. I looked at motorhomes. I mean, I did one search for motorhomes. Now, across all medias, I'm getting information about motorhomes. Didn't get any commercials on my browser. I have built in a block thingy. Look at watch hours versus view hours and tell more on how well your channel is doing. Long form content is moneymaker for most. They totally are listening. Yeah, I agree, Robo. Well, I'm going to start producing some more long form content. I'm off next week from my part time gig with consulting here. Supposed to be anyway, and I'm not going to be looking at my phone or my computer to see what their idiots are up to. The company I'm consulting for is a complete bunch of idiots. They'll trip over $100 bill to pick up a penny. Literally, that's how screwed up they are. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. The way people do business today, they don't know how to make money the old-fashioned way, which is hard work and taking a little bit of risk. But that's not any of my problem anymore. I don't own the company. So, Robo, what you up today? Todd's working. What are you doing? Hanging out? Or are you working yourself? I am going to try to watch Cole today. So I'm going to run out and do my errands here in a few minutes. Well, I'll look at the comparison that you said, Todd. I'm not really good at the analytics part of it. I don't understand any of them. Storm's here all day, so I haven't figured out what yet. Well, we had some rain all day yesterday, but today is a beautiful day. I need to get out there and enjoy it. My car hasn't been cranked in over a week. I don't know where my wife's off to this morning. She left bright and early, about 6:30. I heard her leave. So I don't know where she's gone. She got in late last night. She was with my dad most of the day, in the evening anyway. But, so that's what I've got on the agenda. And then I want to try to upgrade the camera over here so I can do verticals off the computer. I just tried to do it with the webcam that I've got. I'm using my phone right now to do the vertical, but the webcam doesn't cut the mustard. It's glitchy as crap. My wife is at work right now. All right. What does she do? I got a runny nose. I apologize for rubbing my nose, but it's running like crazy, and I hadn't had anything to eat but coffee this morning. It's gotten to the point now, if I put a little bit of pepper in anything, it drives my nose crazy. And buddy, if I get any MSG, holy crap, my nose goes like just floods. You guys into any foodie things? Are you guys foodie guys, or are you just not really into cooking or any barbecuing or anything like that? What type of things do you like to get into? Yep, messes with my nose in a big way. I know some people get headaches and some people get shakes from it. Their tongue swells up in some cases. My nose just starts running like crazy. That explains why my nose itches so bad when I eat Chinese food, it just goes nuts. I mean, my nose just goes absolute nuts. And I'd be willing to bet that's what's going on with you too. It didn't used to be that way, but it gradually got worse the older I got. To the point now, I mean, it's almost like eating chicken wings, hot chicken wings. I don't break out in a sweat and everything, but you know how that works. Food is life. I eat at least 4 meals a day, laugh out loud. Breakfast, lunch, supper, and a second supper. That's hilarious. I've reached out to the Knight's Edge. I'm sorry. His channel's about the same size as mine. He's a fat boy like me, but he's 30 years younger at least. I'm gonna do my damnedest to try to get him on my live stream and do collaboration. And also I'm working with Gonzo trying to get him on, but he's having some technical challenges. And being the other guy is already using StreamYard, he's familiar with how all that works. So I'm going to do my damnedest to try to get him pulled in. I only eat once a day. Well, that's about where I'm at now. I eat about 3:30 in the afternoon, and that's about it. If I do anything else, I may have an egg or something for breakfast, but I generally eat once a day. I know it doesn't look that way, but that's the truth of the matter. But I'm down, I don't know, maybe 45, 50 pounds in the last year and a half, something like that. You and Blade Walkers should get together and do some stick old man broadcast with guest stars like me. I like it. Guests are great to have on. Really go. Yeah, and I agree, Todd. That's my main motivation. And you're more than welcome. I mean, any of you guys, if you're willing, I'll be glad to have anybody on. I keep talking about that, and I still want to do the phone thing, but I haven't been able to figure that out completely where it doesn't cost me an arm and a leg. I don't want another $100 phone bill a month. I'm looking at the cheaper services, but I need to figure out the phone that I'm going to use. The one I have, the old iPhone I've got sitting, actually I got two now that I think about it. And actually I was going to look to see if there was a web-based phone numbers I can get and just do it via the web. And I think for my live streams, I'm going to have to start plugging the computer into the LAN because of the lag. Guests are great to have on, really will boost what you want. Yeah, being guests. Let's see, what's the bottom of your tattoo on the green parts? It started out as a Celtic cross way back when, and it started fading, and it didn't really fill up the arm. So I had the guy redo that, and I said, I want a torn and ripped flag, U.S. flag, like a battle flag, down my arm and incorporate this in the center. The reason for the green, he says you want a contrasting color from what your stuff is to make it pop. And that's supposed to emulate smoke, which I'd have gone gray is what I'd have done, but he said that's not going to be enough contrast for it. So he went green, or we chose green because it made it pop, but then it started showing up on my green screen. And then over here, I don't know if you guys knew or seen this one. Can y'all guess what that is? I'll give y'all a few minutes to try to figure out what that is. I want to add to that. I don't do the video thing. Don't want to be responsible for all the broken screens. That's hilarious. Well, I think you'd be fine at it. I don't do, let's see. Oh, okay, huh. All right, so yeah, if y'all can figure that out, I'll give you a clue. Same here, Todd. I'll tell you that this thing is related to pew-pews, and see if you can take it from there and see if you can figure it out. Any ideas? It's pretty simple when you think about it. Hey Kevin, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Glad you stopped in. It's a bullseye for where your gun goes. No, that's not what it is. They're trying to guess my tattoo, Kevin, if you haven't guessed it. It's this one on this arm. I need to add to it, but I don't know what to do with it. I want to go further down my arm, but at this point in my life, I'm just renting the shit. An offset cog, but don't know. Nope. Y'all can figure it out. Y'all are smart people. I'll give you another hint. It has to do with the most popular rifle in the United States. If that doesn't give it away, I'm not sure what will. Any guesses? That should be a test, a written test. BB gun. A bolt. You're warm, Kevin. You're warm. BCG. I don't know what that is exactly. Bolt Carrier Group. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's the face of a bolt carrier group for an AR-15. So that's that round piece in there is what holds the end of the cartridge, and you can see the extraction pin on there, and the other little round thing. It's front, yeah, AR platform. But I'm up to here in Canada, so oh, that's right. I forgot about that, Todd. You guys have got some pretty damn strict rules up there. I was following a guy that had a gun channel up there, and he pretty much had to give the gun channel up because of all the bullshit. He had nothing to talk about. Now, I think, if I remember correctly, I think your country is big on long-distance shooting, though, bolt-action stuff. Just cleaned mine last night, Kevin says. Yeah, I need to clean some guns. There's all kind of stuff I need to do that I'm not doing. Did you guys catch my last video on my fixed blade, my short? It turned out real damn nice. I got a lot of compliments on it. Pretty much a lot more than I've had. Yeah, it is ridiculous. The video came out real well, though. I was real happy with it. The clarity is unbelievable. I had somebody ask me, what's up with all the Ultem on the handles? And I just replied to the guy and said, because it's cool. He acted like it was a big detriment or something, I guess. Dude, I got a 1911, the first, and not sure if I should go hammer it out. Yeah, all you got to do is, if you got a wooden dowel, is the best thing. I keep ones that are made out of a real dense plastic for different calibers because I reload. And once in a blue moon, I'll get a scrib in there. And you don't even have to take the gun apart. You just open the chamber, take a wooden dowel, and just tap it out from the top side, from the bore side of the pistol, and it'll come right out, no problem. No, you don't have to heat it up or do anything, man. It should just pop out. I mean, it should be no problem whatsoever, especially that caliber. I'm assuming it's a 45. And if it's a 45, whatever dowel you got or piece you got will be down below on the bottom of the casing. So it's not like you're trying to hit it from the top of the casing, like maybe on a 9mm or something else. But I made all my dowels so they go down in the chamber. That looks nasty, but at any rate, it comes right out really easy. Nah, you won't mess the barrel up, especially if you use a wooden dowel or something plastic. Don't use a screwdriver or a punch or something like that. You want to use wood, plastic. I mean, just run up to your local hardware store and get a wooden dowel that's the right diameter. Take a cartridge in there, an empty one, so you can see what size you need. But I keep those. I got about 3 different sizes of little white. I forget what the plastic's called. It's a high impact plastic. And I rounded the bottoms off of them. And I mean, I've tapped out over the years. I haven't had many loads that were bad, but 5 or 6, and it's never been an issue. Let's see here. Okay, gotcha. I own a cabinet shop. Well, then there you go, man. You know exactly what to do. And it won't take but a split second to get that out of there. Hobby Lobby has dowels and rods too. If that's close, gotcha. Well, he sounds like he's got the dowel situation. Yeah, covered, Robo. Yeah, never mind, right? Yeah, if he's got all that woodworking, if he's doing cabinet work, there's not much he can't do. That's tedious. You know what, guys, if I can do it over again, I don't know that I mentioned that I can play the guitar pretty good. I can chord anything pretty much, but with the Parkinson's, I've had to put the guitar down. I just can't get this hand to go from one chord to the other the way it needs to. But I started watching these luthiers on YouTube. Oh my God. If I could do my life over again and be something that I'm not now, would be a luthier. I would love to fix and mend and repair guitars and build guitars. That is so fascinating to me. It is the art that's in it. And it's not as complicated as people think. You got to think. And if you know all the tricks, I think I've watched 1,000 hours of it in the last 2 years. I believe I could tackle it if I had the hand dexterity that I need, but that's nor here nor there now. Luthier work is so... Yeah, but there's a guy in Canada that I watch, and he's the best as far as I'm concerned. I can't remember the name of his channel, but I don't think he's that an old guy. He lives in the city somewhere because he says he's in his basement doing all this work, and he's right up against the next house. But the stuff that he does with these old Martins and Taylor guitars, Yamaha, I mean, you name it. I've seen him work on a shitload of stuff. Then I watch some of these pure amateurs try to do stuff that this guy does. And his approach is so laid back and so directed toward what he's doing. It's unbelievable. I keep dowels of all sizes in my hand, from 1/8 inch to 2-inch ones. Yeah, I mean, dowels are pretty good, and you're going with the grain in most cases. So they're not going to split on you. And the other trick is, if you do use a wooden dowel, what you can do is put a empty cartridge on the top side when you're tapping it out for the other one, keeps from tearing the dowel up. And that's a little trick. As a matter of fact, my flags that I use for my precision rifle shooting, my wind flags, the guy that made those flags used 9mm cartridges, empty cartridges, to top off some of his flags. It makes a real nice finish. I've got a cheap Ovation that is... Ovations are pretty cool guitars back in the day. I have 6 or 7 guitars hung in the hallway that I can't play at this point. And I've got a Epiphone that I bought in 1976 that I would love to send out and have the neck reset. But being I'm not going to ever be able to play it, there's not much point. So I've just never done anything more with it. I've taken it to the local repair shop about 20 years ago, and the guys there couldn't figure out what to do with it. But the Lutherie trade, as far as repairs go, really didn't get hot and heavy till the last 15, 20 years. And acoustic guitar, they're saying, is good for 30 years before it needs a neck reset, which is probably one of the most tedious things I think you can do on a guitar, depending upon the way the company attaches the neck and if somebody else has been in there or not. So I go on, but I think the trade's incredibly neat. And all the handwork that's done that this guy does, he does 99% of what he does with chisels and scrapers and different things. He does some routing with a router and a few other things like that, but for the most part, he uses hand tools and chisels everything out. And the different bracing and things are pretty neat. Well, guys, I appreciate the chatting this morning. I appreciate you guys stopping in and saying hello. It means a lot to me. I'm going to get on the road so I can get to my P.O. box and get my prescriptions picked up before it gets crazy out here in this city that I live in. And then I'll see you guys on Sunday, if not sooner. I need to get my... I don't even know what that word is. Hastrum... All right, guys, we'll catch you later. Again, I really appreciate y'all stopping by. It means a lot to me. Y'all have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you Sunday. Later, guys.